Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. I'm your host, Aaron Cooney, and we're back here getting ready to talk some men's soccer. They were in action just this past Wednesday against Walsh at home at Founders Field, a game that they were looking to take, the first AMC conference game for them. Standing right now with a record of 4-2. We'll see how that game against Walsh went as soon as bring up the highlights and Pioneers and the Walsh Cavaliers getting ready to kick off here. There you see Pioneers setting up before the game, and it's very early on. Walsh getting on the board with a free kick from Clint Merck. Walsh up early within the first minute. Take a 1-0 lead. Pioneers trying to get back into the contest. Anthony Russo throws it into Alex Sala. Gets position, a nice kick, but just high. Then again, Walsh on their other way. Pat Julian gets the ball down the line. Just misses there on the outside. But again, Walsh keep attacking. A good save there from Pioneers goaltender. Walsh just kept coming in waves. And Pioneers could not get anything going. As you see that one skip out of the kick box there. Nothing going. And then Walsh taking advantage at the end. A goal inside and then another extra point here to tack on. 3-0 will be your final score. Point Park Pioneers just couldn't get anything going there. As you see, Kelman with 8 saves. Merck, Semple, Truax all scoring for Walsh, and they take the 3-0 win. Point Park goes to 3-2. And then their Point Park also in action just the other day, Sunday afternoon, looking to get back on the winning track. They would take that game against Mountain Union 2-1. Point Park now sitting at 4-2, a 5-3 team in Mountain Union. Big win for Point Park Pioneers men's soccer to jump back into the winning column. We're going to go ahead and bring in men's soccer analyst Matt Desmond. And Matt, off to a decent start here for the Pioneers. You know, had that rough 2009 season, 1-15, 8-9 last year. Right now, 4-2. How big was it for them to jump back and get back in the winning column after playing Walsh?
Well, I think after last year's performance, when they took on Notre Dame, the number 3 team in the country, they showed a lot of courage and a lot of determination to get back and be a legitimate team in the AMC Conference. So this year, when they took on Walsh and they lost that game 3-0, I think we really have to look at that game and look at the people who were out for that contest. You saw that Francis Tubby was out due to suspension for the team, and then you saw that their leading goal scorers in Lucas Silva was out due to an injury, and then Alex Escobar, he was sidelined due to an injury as well. So I think once the team is all healthy and actually out in the field playing as a whole team and a whole unit, I think we're going to see the real AMC team powerhouse that they are learning to be in this AMC conference this year, and I think the Pioneers are looking good so far.
Matt, what does it take to get to that next step? We talked about the getting better over the past couple of years. What do they need to take that next step and make it to that AMC playoffs?
Well, I think the Pioneers, they need to actually develop in their goal scoring. And this year, they have the potential to actually have some goal scorers. And Lucas Silva, he's been the freshman from Brazil this year, and he's been doing really good at maneuvering the ball around the inside the 18 and getting those goal opportunities. So I think if Silva has a good year, he's going to replace the Manuel Schneckenreuther. He's that replacement this year. And also I think now that we have some momentum there with Silva's presence on the field, I think Francis Tubby is not going to be the person to rely on for goal scoring. So I think once you have that 1-2 punch back the lineup, I think the Pioneers are going to be looking good.
Point Park men Pioneers, 2 games this weekend. They play Saturday and Sunday. Doubleheaders there for the both men and women team. They're going to take on Fisher out of Boston. And Matt, what do they need to do? Fisher 0-4. What do they need to do to get a couple victories here?
I think they just need to play their game. Every time they play a team and they're behind the track, I think they need to get on the board first. You saw that against Walsh. They let the game get out of hand a little bit, and it's always really difficult to play from behind. So playing them behind from the Walsh game, I think they're learning a lesson. They need to get on the scoreboard first. And against a team like this and Fisher coming down from Boston, playing 2 games here, I think they're going to be playing their own style of offense and generate that offense and get some victories here against a very easy team to get victories against.
Now let's take a look at the women's side of the ball there, Matt. And women's team 0-5 right now. 3 of those losses are 1-goal losses, and you know, very young team. 21 of their 29 players are either freshmen or sophomores. Only a couple returning seniors. And Matt, what does this team need to do? How to improve? I mean, you got Mark Platts is under his first whole year as head coach. He came in late, if you remember last year, didn't get all the training and everything, but what does the team need to do to take their next step here and have a productive season?
Well, I think they just have to play as a team. As you saw this year, they have a lot of new faces in the system. They actually brought some people from overseas to play here. I think once they get that team chemistry down and they play as a unit, I think they're going to get that team chemistry they need. And playing in the AMC this year, they have some more talent. Coach Plass has had the opportunity to bring in freshmen who are capable of playing the AMC. So I think Point Park's going to be getting some respect in the AMC this year. They're not just going to be the pushover team. I think it's going to be the same approach as it was last year for the men's team. And I think they're going to become a more legitimate team as the season carries over.
We'll bring up their road ahead as well, and they got the same matchup coming up this weekend. 2 games against Fisher, Saturday and Sunday. Those games all at Founders Field. And Matt, this Fisher team, 0-3 for them, just not doing too well. Is this where the women's team can take that, turn their whole season around and really take off as we would like to see?
Yeah, I'm predicting the Pioneers are going to win both these games. The Fisher team's coming from Boston, just like the men's series this weekend. And this Fisher team, I heard, they only have 9 players traveling. So this is going to be a very good game for the Pioneers to get back on track and maybe get a start of their season and get that winning streak going. Once the Pioneers can actually get some confidence into their system, I think they're going to be a team that has some high hopes in their future.
Thank you very much, Matt Desmond. He's going to stay around and talk some Big East conference talk and move to the ACC. So don't go anywhere. We're going to come volleyball with Kevin Calhoun.